I promise you there will be much GunCom and spam action going on. My name is Kenosis and I'm all about bringing you Supreme Commander content that's more fun, entertaining and educational every time I publish. So let me know what you think of this cast in the comments, and if you haven't done already, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you won't miss any future content. Now let's dive right into the game. In the next 5 minutes I'm gonna focus on early harassment, factory builds and unit queues in the factories, so that you can use these initial openings as inspiration for your own games. Let me just go through the player factories and builds and what they're doing while they're walking towards the front. Let's start with resistance. To go to his player view, to NG, this is Lobo, that's a scout, some tanks, okay, some AA in there, already building some air, so I think this is his second on air and 3 on land. Let's see, Lime is already walking, taking his place here to push towards this open spot. I think he's on 2 land factories and building a 3rd one. Lazy Avina is on a gun upgrade in the middle. Berlon, enemy is walking towards him, trying to kill his T1 spam. But Lazy Avina, he has 3 factories queued around this mass extractor, and he has 1-2 land factories in his base. And he's going early T2, so it seems. So T2 engineers, some blazes, some flak in there, a shield generator, and then blazes all day. Let's see what Stasik is doing. 2 land factories in his base. One is already T2 and he's making some flak, which he's gonna need over here. At least that's what he's thinking, I think. Now some early action going on. The Phoenix trying to hold off some spam from Nova, who's on a gun upgrade. He's going double gun, it seems. Phoenix doesn't have any upgrades yet on his commander, so let's see what he's doing in his base. The Phoenix, that's Lime. We want to have the Phoenix. He's going T2 land, I think. That must be it. He is second on air. Yep, that's T2 land, and he's just going to build T1 engineers all day. No queue here yet. There it is. 1-2 land factories. Okay. And Phoenix now in a little bit of trouble. I mean, Nova on his double gun upgrade is pestering him into leaving the front spot here. We will go back to him in a minute. Exalter is on a sensors upgrade. And the enemy team, at least, I mean, this is team 2, T1. T1 is pushing from all sides. This way also, I have to see which how they're doing on factories, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to go into, oh man, what am I doing? Into split screen to follow both. Here it is here. So resistance already back on half of his HP almost. The Phoenix is on 2k. Oh man, he must run very hard. On 500 HP. Nova still pushing. The other side, resistance is walking back really hard. Nova is now stopped pursuing him, and oh man, the Phoenix gets away with only 800 HP. On the other side of the map, resistance on 2500k left. It's Illaver and WQ who are now running this way really hard, but it's Lime who has turned around here and is focusing in on W. W is losing health rapidly. Both of them try to stop Lime, but W is just losing health every second. Lime brings so much T1 spam in there, and oh my goodness, there he goes. It's W who's down and out, defeated by Lime. In the meantime, the Phoenix is safely retreated into the back, and I'm going back to the screen, and Lime just gets killed off by a layer. What a start. Fantastic. That means that Team 2, hello Team 2, it's True Sexy, yeah, they have lost 2 people. It's already Paralon who is well, profiting, already taken this old base over here, and a layer's base still has to be taken. Still hearing shots, and it's Nova who has been pushing the Phoenix so hard over here. He has started pushing Stasik, and he just started pushing back without any gun upgrades on his commander. Then again, Nova had way less HP and Stasik had more, so that's why Nova had to retreat. Nova is taking advantage of the mass that the Phoenix left here. So let's see how other base is doing. Let's take a look at True Sexy. He's going T3 air, I think. Yes, he is. Already made a T2 power generator and a second one. He has a second on T2 air. He's making T2 engineers. With that, he's gonna need much engineers to take the base over here for his late teammate, who is walking towards this spot to take the maxes, I think. And then it's Lazy Avina who has come all this way without his commander, and he's just walking right into True Sexy, and he thinks, oh well, no, I'm going back, that's just a little dangerous. Paralon, who's made Corsairs and T2 gunships, is zooming in on, homing in on Lazy Avina, and he retreats also with Paralon, with his commander. Paralon stopped walking there, but now Lazy Avina is in a bad spot. I mean, 4 Corsairs are flying above his head, 5 now. He's sending in some T1 interceptors, and Sexy is just crossing the pond or the river here. He thinks as soon as Lazy Avina gets out of the water, I'm gonna get him. And Lazy, now without any air support, I mean T1 interceptors here, but there are more interceptors, and that's a T2 torpedo bomber, as well as a renegade. And look at this, his head is almost above the water. I think they're now ground firing him. So Lazy Avina has to get out of the water. He's dodging the incoming Corsair shots, still sending in more, and that is a mercy snipe. A mercy snipe from True. That must have been 2 or 3 mercies. And as Lazy Avina came with his head above the water, he sniped him. So that's a 4th player in, like, what is it guys, 5 minutes out of the game. The first 2 players here, and it's W and Layer, and then Lazy Avina, I mean Lime, and last Lazy Avina, who's down and out. Pilshivas from Nihilim are roaming the field, trying to kill some strikers from Resistance, trying to clear the field here. Resistance building T2 point defense to keep them out. I think he will manage. The Phoenix now has made another little T1 Aurora army, trying to make use of the range. Only problem being that Nova is now on, well, 2 gun upgrades and a shield. So the Aurora don't have a chance at all. The Phoenix is slowly, well, regenerating. Let's take a look at what Paralon is making. He is still making Corsairs, I think. No, he's going T3 air. So he's going to support through Sexy with T3 air. He's currently reclaiming T1 power generators. I think just to make a T3 power generator here in a second, so he can make more ASF. Or make them at all, I mean. It's now Resistance who is pushing. Let's see what he has over there. It's mostly just T1 spam with 1 parachute, T2, 1 hero Ilsheva holding the bridge. Paralon in the meantime has taken the base over here. The core mass is at T2. The other side, True Sexy, has taken the base of Aliver. Already T2 mass extractors also. And then Nihilim still doesn't have his core maxes at T3. Then again, Sexy doesn't either, so no problems, I guess. You're an air player. A common mistake is to go for T3 maxes too soon. Then the rest of the team are without air. Let's see what Nihilim is doing with his factories until now. T1, T2, T1 factory there. T1, Team 2 I mean, this is the HQ. I think he went first T1 land, second T1 air, and then another T1 factory. They did a good job on reclaiming. And Nova, the guy with the guns on his commander, still pushing there. Stasek has made a quite impressive front base. Commander is, well, trying to get some rest on a break, eating some sandwiches, and well, in between the sandwiches, starting a Reagan Aura upgrade. It's a nice upgrade for repairing your units if you have a big army around you, or maybe if you have an experimental like a chicken, just put it in your Reagan Aura and the health will regenerate much faster. It's also an advanced Reagan Aura, I think. A little bit more expensive, of course. Phoenix now sending Serenities to what's this wall he's been making. Trying to send artillery this way, thinning out the spam armies from Nova, who's now filled his rank with T2 heavy tanks. Look at this! Paralon had to retreat Cybran, and oh, so many pillars! He is going to be taken out of the game. Paralon being defeated by Resistance. What a push! Just saw that in time. He was then pushing over here. Nihilim sending some Ilshevas. Then he retreated. Then that was mostly T1 spam, so he has been making a lot of T2 pillars, I think. As that must have been pillars that health so rapidly declined. Maybe Riptides. No, I swear I saw pillars. Amphibious tanks. Let's take a look at his base. So many factories. Let's say bomber from Sexy. Shot down by one hero Corona. from Exalter. Let's give this a look. It's a... This is resistance, so that's a T3 factory HQ. Still, now it's making Titans, so that's a Titan over there. It's T1 spam all day. There it is, Riptides. I don't see any pillars, so that must have been strikers, strikers and T2 Riptides, amphibious tanks that killed Paralon. Well, he saw that in time resistance that Paralon was out of position. Let's take a look at the ASF from True Sexy. Let's count the numbers. I think he has to have quite some compared to other team, 13. And I don't see much ASF from Exalter. It's 2. Exalter being commanded by his teammates to make sounds, and that's what he did. I see a T2 power generator has been destroyed. That must have been a T3 bomber from True Sexy. This one is still T1. Maybe it got killed off. Maybe when Nova was pushing, talking about Nova, he had to retreat. He does have a shield, but his health declined. I think this is the reason. But thanks to these sniper bots, he had to run. It's quite an ineffective tactic. You know, they're safely under these shields here. That's nothing that Team 1's gonna do about. Now Resistance is pushing with T3, T2 and a T1 combined army at the same time. Reclaiming the mass fields here. True Sexy is sending some Auroras around the sides here. One Titan and some Strikers. Clean it up. And then Resistance sends his whole army this way. He doesn't want True Sexy to get into position here. Sexy sends his gunships. Take care of the army, but well, some micro. Oh my. So many T2 gunships. That does the trick. The last Titan is down and out, and Resistance has to retreat. Then the army gets caught by some Ilshivas from Nihilim. Another Titan down thanks to Ilshivas and the T2 gunships from Sexy. That's a nice mass field that they will now surely take advantage of. Now Stasek has been building a sick amount of T1 land factories, and he's only building Zuis from these factories. Look at this, Zuis all day. The snipers are so looking for some nice kills. Still holding them back a little bit. Some are damaged. Phoenix plugging the hole here with freshly made Harbingers, 3 assault bots and 4 Serenities, 3 artillery. And look at this, Sexy started a Tsar. This will do some damage. I think he is has more ASFs than Exalter does. Let's look at the eco. Exalter isn't doing too bad compared to Sexy. Then again, Sexy is putting all the mass he can get from these bases into building this SAR. Let's see if Team 1 can see what they're doing. Nope, they can't see it yet. There's a lot of A there, but it's only T1. And now it's Exalter who's been making a little more ASF. Let's see what he's doing. Yeah, he is absolutely prioritizing his air build now. Oh, Max is a T3, that's why he is a little late with making air. Oh, look at this. He's got more Maxes here, so he also had to take these. I mean, it's nice, the mass, but it does take time because you need to send the build power there. He's got enough, so it seems. He's also making more T3 air factories and more 3 power. Something gets pinged, and it's the T2 gunships. Just killing off the heavy tanks, siege tanks from Stasik, the Harbingers from the Phoenix. You have to push back. He's also Stasik also sending his sniper bots. I imagine they don't live long if this shield dies off. And Sexy sends his gunships. There's some T3 lightning tanks though from Stasik here. Now a combined attack on Nihilim's front base. The shield is still holding. Sending in their heavy tanks. Some ASF from Sexy are being shot out of the sky by the combined flag and lightning tanks. Nihilim has to walk back a little bit since the snipers and siege tanks are just taking over the place. Still 5, even 5 T2 point defenses are here. The siege tank moving forward. Snipers taking care of a TMD and the base is down. Sexy is sending in his commander. 3 stars, 2 gun upgrades. Taking care of the Titans from Resistance. Resistance who built quite an impressive wall here. Trying to fend this middle part off from any spam. Well, they don't have to worry about spam now. They have to worry about what's been making here. What Sexy's been making here. It's now 60% complete almost. I think though that Sexy is now in the minority when we're talking about SF. Let's have a little look-see. And we are! Oh my goodness, Sam's now, somebody shouted. Stasik has completed his ridiculous T1 land factory spam. Working though. Using it together with sniper bots against Nova. Now Nova thinks I have to make spam myself. Started a 5 land factory queue here. No, it's Nihilim who's making this. So Stasek has been using sniper bots all the time. Nova in return is making shield generators, just trying to defend this army. It's actually patrolling with some T2 gunships. See what's happening. And it's scouted now by Exalter, so he must have seen it. And there it gets pinged. Already on the map. Exalter now sitting on 2 bases. think all the maxes are, the core maxes are T3. Look at this, that's 3 T3 air factories producing Coronas, ASF, all the time. I think he has way more than Sexy does. Nova using a lot of heavy artillery, trying to kill off the T1 artillery. It's a lot of shields and T3 artillery against mobile artillery against T1 mobile artillery. Oh my goodness. Look at the crazy amount of artillery shells raining down on Nova's army. And he just has to retreat. Also trying to take advantage of the range of these Serenities. Sending his T1 and T2 spam into the Zui army. That's almost a draw. Still the 5 or 6 Obsidians will survive with their strong shields. This is some nice mass field. If Nova could take that, he could use it for making experimentals, just as Sexy used his 3 bases, the matter of his 3 bases to make this SAR. Oh man, he has to make SAMs though. More SAMs, more ASF, Sexy or else. By the way, he's also called Putin sometimes. He, oh no, he sends in 4 ASF, 1 gets shut down, 3 escape. I was going to say that, but then again they just got absolutely destroyed by these lightning tanks, so that's 4 ASF less for Putin, or Sexy is also called Putin sometimes, so for your information. That's a ground fire, I'm not sure on what, but looks awesome. And above that, ASF air fight, and Putin loses all his ASFs. Yeah, that's a ground fire. My. Resistance says, don't send in your Corsairs, he has overpowered anti-air. Then Lime says, just kill it, he has no ASFs. They're not agreeing on what they should do. And then Exalter just sends in his Coronas, his ASFs. The shield goes down for the Tsar. Many ASF die, but the Tsar dies faster. And it's being shot out of the sky. That's the last we're gonna see for that big beam, and there it goes. The experimental is down. That's a lot of mass. Stasik is directly sending in his T2 engineers to take it. In the background, a Yoda is patrolling. I mean, not Yoda from Star Wars, but a Yotha. A Yotha. And the Yotha, or chicken, is not going here to take out the engineers. Now he has more stuff on his head, and it's this stuff. It's a little army with Titans, shield generators, some Cougars. That's T3 mobile artillery for UEF. It's patrolling over here, trying to kill off some T1 factories. He also made a little TML battery. That's a nice screenshot, oh yeah. And I think he's going to try to kill off the mass, that Sexy, the mass extractors from Sexy, yes. It's going down. All 4 are down. Let's see if he is able to kill these. No, he won't, I think. Because that's Team D from Nihilim. In the background, Sexy's airbase. Still not able to think, win air. Exalter still on F48. In the meantime, oh, that's the... Don't change the game speed, Kenosis. Some T1 attack bombers. Trying to take care of the Zoids. The Zoe spam there. Still spamming like crazy. Stastic. Works though. Look, I don't see any units. Except the chicken from Nihlim. Trolling here. But now Resistance is free to send in his own chicken. And Stastic sends in his Zooey army. Sexy sends in his T2 gunships to take care of the Yoda for Resistance. It's killing off the... Oh my goodness! Sexy defeated by Resistance. I was focusing so hard on the chicken that... well guys, you've seen it. What happened? I just missed the... my goodness. The chicken walking right into Sexy's base. Nihlim's Yoda is way too late to defend against the Zooey army. Some lightning tanks homing in on the artillery, killing it off. Together with T1 point defense. Chicken for Resistance walks right into Nihlim's base. Shooting on everything the chicken can shoot. Turning around, trying to kill off the engineers that were here. They're dead. Nihlim's one Yoda goes down. Killing him, sending T1 attack bombers, but the chicken just has so much health. It's 7k. Resistance sending some more Percivals in, and well, Resistance chicken finally dies. Nihlim taking his chicken out of the Iron Storm just in time to well, to keep, I think, a good 25k health there. Something exploded. That must have been a SACU. Nova, in the meantime, is building a Galactic Colossus. He hopes to finish it in time. Still sitting on his shield. A... what is it? Oh, he has deleted his guns from his commander. He's now on a shield. E3 and what is it? Sensors. Nihlim still defending with that one chicken. Now shockers from... oh my goodness, look at this. Shockers from Exalter. Trying to kill Nihlim. He is walking towards the water to the deep part. And another one from Exalter hitting him right in the face. No, he dodges. Another one must be coming soon. A second, and dodges it again. 35k left. 2 bombers, and Nova says I've just had enough of it. He control K's, another bomb. And this one's gonna connect. No, it isn't. Still missing it. Then 3 Percivals, and I think that's a kill or a control K. No, he has been defeated by Resistance, so it's the 4 to 5 Titans or Percivals that took care of the last player for Team 2 here. I didn't mean Team 1. If you want to see more GunCom crushes like this one, click on the next cast. It's a Canis River, and this time it's a 7v7.